After all,
ongoing workout life lesson. It's all about just showing up and doing the work. I've been doing it for about a month now, and I can feel a difference. Some of you in the comments say you see a difference, which is cool. I don't expect it to have an effect that soon. I got a lot of work to do. But it's just like music. If you're that person who's working on one of your very first projects and you're obsessing over doing it perfectly and making it perfect, that's like me coming in here on the first day and expecting to do 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups right out of the gate. I probably couldn't do 2 strict pull-ups when I came in here. I still can't. I still need help just to do just a pull-up. While my goal isn't to stay here, I got stuff all over my face. You gotta start somewhere. And for me, the name of the game with this workout is just showing up and doing what I can and working hard. For you, when it comes to studio stuff, just show up. Book sessions for yourself and get in there and do the work. Some days you'll be super excited, some days you'll be super bummed. A lot of times you'll release stuff that's not the best. That's okay. Just keep showing up. Keep showing up. Like a little kid in a suit, gotta always be adjusting. Check out the shirt. Dumbest t-shirt ever. Always be adjusting. What does that even mean? It means A, it's a good idea to plan stuff, and B, those plans will never happen the way you expect them to. Practically speaking, all that means is I have to constantly adjust with this EP because I have plans to get things done, and as with most things creative, things come up, or just life happens. Yesterday afternoon, I didn't get as much mixing done as I wanted because of some other stuff I had to deal with, which I'll probably tell you about another day. That makes today a big mix day. If I'm gonna do mastering tomorrow, I gotta get all these songs mixed today, which should be fine because I've been mixing as I go. They sound really good, but I started mixing this one song, got to the vocal, and kind of went, it's just not a very good vocal take. That gives me one of 2 options. Deal with it and just finish, or re-record the vocal. Either I think would be an okay option, especially if you tend towards the never finishing anything bit. But for me, I know I've worked some wiggle room and some margin. I talked about that before. I've worked wiggle room into my plan and into my deadline for just such occasions. So I'm gonna set up the mic and track this whole vocal again. The thing is, I've got like 8 minutes before I've got to go watch the girls. Well, oh, sorry, it's dark. While Pam goes to Owen's end of the year school party, which puts me in an interesting position of wanting to just record it, right? Wanting to just lay it down as if I was singing a live show, because I feel like I've overthought the vocal this far. I sang it too quiet and whispery. And thinking a lot lately about doing more house shows. By the way, if you want me to come do a house show at your place, hit me up, let's talk. And I love the idea of doing an intimate acoustic show with no amplification, just me and a guitar, and letting the volume of my own voice be enough, which is really interesting. Sorry, I keep moving you around. You're probably dizzy and nauseous, which is really interesting. So anyway, in thinking about that, I thought I sang this song too. How would I sing it in an environment like that where I really need to belt it out? The answer, I don't know. I think the answer is to sing it more full voice. So I've got time, literally time to do 1 take. I'm gonna go hit record, run in here, and try it. Check, check. This could be really good or really bad.
I've got one foot out the door, poised to run away.
Sometimes I can't tell. Kind of like those people who audition for American Idol and They have no idea that they're awful. Sometimes I just can't tell if I'm awful or not. But that felt pretty good tone-wise. And what I mean by that is I'm clearly going to, I'm sorry, this is poor videography. Clearly, I'm gonna use tuning software to fix tuning issues. I'm a recent convert. But tuning software will never fix tonal problems, and that's what I was hearing in the previous version. It just had lame tone. I feel like that was better. Hope it was. I gotta go. Better stop recording. Doggy, I'm having fun. So it's going really well. I'm not anywhere close to being done. I'm gonna have to pull a late night session here at some point this week. But man, it's going well. That vocal that I re-recorded, it just came out perfectly. Almost had to go back and re-record 1 or 2 lines that just didn't quite work. Recorded a harmony to go along with the bridge that worked really well, and everything just feels really tight and really good. I'm getting really excited. I finished a mix one of one of the songs, and I laid on the floor over here with my headphones on to listen to the final mix down, and it made me really happy. Now I'm tuning little harmony vocals and flying things around and getting them lined up on another song, and it's just super fun. Okay, you asked for it, here it is. We're gonna cover how to wrap cable. This was the very first thing I learned when I went to audio school, and now I'm gonna teach you. So, the thing about audio cable, just like a mic cable like this, is you're used to probably wrapping up cables like this, where you just go over your arm, right? It's fast, and then you can tie them together or loop it around or whatever. And it makes a decent look. But look, you can even see right here. Can you see that? See how it has a little bend there? It's not the right way. What happens when you do that over time, and I've got extension cords out in my shed that this has happened to, where they're 100 feet, and I just wrap them like that and they start twisting, and the individual cable itself starts to kind of do that twisty thing as well, which just isn't good. I'm not as concerned at prolonging the life of my cable as I am with not being super frustrated when I've got to set up 12 mics in there for drums and every cable, as soon as I unwrap it, is all tangled up on itself. That's super annoying. What I would like is for a cable to be nice and straight, and if I throw it on the floor, you can't see that, but it just laid there flat. It didn't like twist up and all that. So I'm sure there are plenty of ways to do this. I'm gonna show you the way I was taught. So you take, let's get the other end. This is like a 20 or 30 foot mic cable. You take one end and you face the end towards you. Hold it in your left hand, okay? So now I've got it in my left hand. I'm ready to go. Grab a piece of cable down here, about a foot or 2 down, and I'm gonna take this cable and twist over. I'm gonna just twist it. And what you'll notice, as soon as if I hold it right here and twist it, you'll see it just falls into a circle shape. This is about how I normally wrap them. It wants to go there. So it falls into that kind of shape, and I put it up here. So now I've got my circle. If that's too small, if it's a longer cable, you need a little bit bigger circle. Start over, hold a little bit lower down, and twist. And you'll see it just kind of, there's only a couple of shapes it's gonna wanna fall into, a couple different size ovals or circles. From here, you may think, okay, now I just take it and I twist it again, and I twist it again, and I twist it again. You can do that, but it starts to all twist the same direction, and the same problem will happen. So what we're gonna do is actually twist it the opposite way and fold it up. So we're twisting over and then under. I think this might be called the over-under method. I don't know. I've twisted up to here. Now, I'm gonna reach my hand, my right hand, and instead of grabbing it this way, like I was, and twisting, I'm gonna turn my hand over and grab it like this. And then I'm going to pull my hand towards myself, and watch this, and twist my wrist like that, and hand it to myself here. So I'm going over, and then I reach through and grab it and pull it, gotta grab far enough down, and pull it under. It's essentially, as I'm pulling through, I'm twisting the cable the other way. So it's twisting over and then twisting under, and then over and then under. This is really hard to show on a video because it just is. But at the end, you end up with a nice coiled cable where it's essentially, it's in a circle, but it's not twisted in a circle. It's kind of, it's almost as if you were able to roll this cable out flat. It's almost like that. It hasn't got all the twisties in it. Added benefit, if you do it right, you can take the cable and you can just throw the other end out, and it's nice, and look. It lays flat. It's not, oh dear. It lays flat, it's not twisted in on itself, and it will not frustrate you next time you want to use it. To review, take the cable, face towards you, grab it, twist, reach through, grab it, and pull it up. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And if you do it just right, it'll be a nice circle, and you'll be so happy. I am rocking the mobile recording rig so I can sit on this comfy couch and finish tuning some vocals.
Sometimes I can't tell. They're like those people who audition for American Idol and they have no idea that they're awful. Sometimes I just can't. I can't tell if I'm awful or not.